So it's come to my attention that some of you guys don't know if you're getting scammed or not when you're buying new camera gear. And I can tell you that there are certain ways to figure it out, but I wanted to go over a quick video explaining how to buy new or used camera gear to make sure you're doing it mostly safely and not getting scammed. And I've actually done this on purpose in the past to see kind of how the scam works. And this is the most common one that I could find online, but there's plenty of them out there. The first and most common way that I know of that people are doing this sort of scam online, it's usually on marketplace-based selling platforms. So like Walmart is a marketplace, Newegg is a marketplace, or even just eBay is a marketplace. Basically, different websites that allow other companies or people to sell on their website as a platform because they're not very well monitored. I mean, eBay has a pretty good money back guarantee. I'm not really sure about Walmart or Newegg or other marketplaces out there. And this is mainly for new cameras as well, because used cameras are a lot harder to tell. But a really common scam that you will see when you're buying new cameras is you may find a listing like this one here that shows the camera quite cheaper than what you would expect it to be. And here's another one here. It's the Canon R6 Mark II. This is the Canon R6. Both of them actually at a very similar price point, and you're even apparently saving $301. Now, as long as it is brand new and for some reason is not, broken or, any way, shape or form damaged or used or anything like that, and the price is too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I mean, there's no platform out there that will sell a Canon product that is an authorized dealer for cheaper than what it will be. Now, you can oftentimes find slight discounts on things like gray market cameras because basically that's a camera that is shipped from another country. It was meant to be sold in another country, and then it gets sold in the US. Technically, it is not sold by an authorized seller of Canon or the brand that you go with, but it's still a perfectly normal and usable camera from that brand. So like Canon, for example, they just won't service under warranty a Canon camera that's a gray market because you basically lose the warranty being gray market. But most of the time, the sellers of gray market will give you a 1-year manufacturer type warranty. It's just you have to send it to them and not Canon. So I'm not a huge fan of that aspect of gray market, but you can oftentimes get a few $100s off the camera when you buy it in that sense. But if it's way too good to be true, we're talking like $1,000 off, half off, 30% off, something like that, what the normal price is, and you're not seeing that on common websites like B&H, Best Buy, and other places, or even the manufacturer's website, it's probably a scam, and it definitely most likely is a scam. So just look out when you're looking on platforms. If it says it's new and it's way too cheap, it's definitely a scam. Now, how the scam works is what they'll do is you'll purchase the camera, and I've actually done that here. You can see that I purchased a Canon R6 back on July of 2022. This is when the Canon R6 was still at full price. The R2 wasn't out yet, and it cost like $25-ish $100 for just the body. And I found it online on eBay for only $1,199.99. So literally less than half off of what it would cost brand new. Now, at the time I knew this was a scam, I was just genuinely curious what the scam looked like, so I wanted to see if I would actually get the camera. And so what I did is I used eBay, which has a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't receive the item or what you actually ordered. And I used PayPal as well, which has a 180-day money-back guarantee for the same purpose. So I was double protected, plus I used a credit card that also has buyer protection, and I could, submit a case if needed. Now, long story short, I just used eBay and they gave me my money back after doing a lot of digging and explaining, but I just wanted to kind of see how this worked. So how the scam works is they will actually ship something. So there was actually a tracking number, it was through FedEx, and they shipped something to me. However, when they shipped me this item, they shipped it from a city that was only like 1 or 2 cities over from me. It was literally just down the street, basically. I could have picked it up in person, which was a huge red flag to me because I'm like, what are the odds that it was shipped from my, city? And the funny part was the listing was listed in a completely different state. At the time I ordered this, I was in Michigan, and it was from like California or Oregon or something like that. It definitely wasn't anywhere near Michigan. So it was odd that it was shipped from Michigan. And then once it finally got delivered, like the next day, because it was shipped from just a town over, they actually delivered it somewhere and sent a picture. So, you know, when you get a FedEx delivery notification, it'll show that something was shipped. Now, this isn't my actual tracking number. It looks like they reuse tracking numbers apparently at FedEx. So this is what the tracking number would have been. But you can see they put pictures most of the time when they deliver stuff, especially if they're expensive. And mine required a signature. And so not only did the person who signed for me not sign my name, but they used theirs, but they also showed a picture on someone's porch that was definitely not my porch. So what they're doing is they're probably shipping something, whether it's a box of rocks or something of the sorts, from a city close by to you to something close by to you, maybe a scammer's house that works in the industry of the scam, because obviously it costs less to ship something within, you know, a city to city versus across the country. So they're probably shipping something. I don't know what it is, but they're definitely not shipping it to you. And for me, they actually shipped it to a different zip code. So I was able to easily prove to eBay that it wasn't shipped to me because it was a different zip code, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. I also confirmed with FedEx that the address that it was shipped to was not mine. Now, they won't give you the address that it was supposed to be shipped to for privacy reasons, but they will tell you if it was not shipped to the address that you gave them at least. So that's kind of how the scam works in terms of how they're trying to really game the system, because, you know, if it was actually shipped with a tracking number and showed it was delivered, it's usually a lot harder to prove if your item wasn't delivered, because, you know, you could say it wasn't delivered, but it was, and they have proof that it was delivered somewhere. But it definitely wasn't delivered to me, and I was able to prove that with a few different phone calls to FedEx, and it was a pain in the butt, but I did get a chance to figure out kind of how this works. So if you find a camera or a piece of camera gear that is too good to be true, that is brand new, you know, don't buy it. It's just not worth it. Walmart is really notorious for that right now. You can almost find any camera on Walmart for way cheaper than what it should be. When you are buying a used camera, there's obviously a lot more ways you can get scammed. You know, people could, you know, end up giving you something that's broken or not what you ordered, or, you know, something along those lines. My recommendations on how not to get scammed, whether you're buying it used or new, is to go through a reputable site. You know, you could use MVP, you could use B&H, Adorama's used area, eBay even, because they have money back guarantees. You know, what you get in the mail has to match the listing description on eBay to a T, or else you can get your money back and then you send back the item. I would recommend using some sort of credit card or even PayPal and a credit card, because PayPal also does protect you, and your credit cards usually have a way better system of getting your money back on things like this than your actual bank account or debit card. So, you know, those are some recommendations I have for making sure that if you do order something a little bit sketchier, or even just in general, that you use that type of payment system to kind of help protect you. If you are buying locally on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, I would just check maybe the serial number, make sure it's not a gray market camera, because those should go for a little bit less than a non-gray market camera, or just make sure it works in full, like test everything before you purchase it. Maybe try to use an electronic funds transfer like Zelle or Venmo or PayPal, so that, you know, if something is wrong with it and they lied to you, you can, you know, at least try to get your money back for something that's this expensive. So just be careful out there. There's a lot of people who are not nice, and, you know, just some crappy people out there. So, but the big thing is just making sure you don't buy something online that's way too cheap, because it's just not real. But that's it for this video today. Hopefully it helped you not get scammed, and I'll see you on the next one.